Hi, welcome to this demonstration of Aquateach. I'm Sarah Millican from the University of Greenwich in London, UK. Aquateach is an open source curriculum which runs in the Moodle virtual learning environment. It was funded by the European Union and was designed in partnership with universities from Switzerland, Spain, and Slovenia. The curriculum is intended for tertiary level teachers who want to introduce basic aquaponics to their students. It can be taught either using blended learning, so combining digital media with classroom formats that require the physical co-presence of the teacher and students, or as an instructor-led, cohort-based e-learning course. The Aquaponics curriculum is 150 student hours and covers the basics of aquaponics divided into 15 modules, which you can see here. The supplementary Entrepreneurial Skills module is 60 student hours, and it builds on the knowledge which students will have gained through completing the Aquaponics curriculum. It introduces the main processes involved in developing a business idea into a startup company, so business models, customer segmentation, value proposition, marketing and pricing, and financing. The curriculum takes full advantage of the various activity tools in Moodle, which are designed to encourage a mixture of student dialogue and collaboration, autonomy, critical thinking, and creativity, and to provide instructional scaffolding to support the students as they progress through each module. So let's take a look at one of the modules. And we'll go to Module 3, Fish Anatomy, Health and Welfare. Each module contains the module guide for students and the textbook chapter. So let's open up the module guide so you can see it here. There we go. So the module guide contains the learning content, the objectives and competencies, and then details of all the activities with an indication of how long each one is meant to take. And at the end of the module guide is a short bibliography with key texts. And we'll just open up the textbook. So each textbook chapter contains all the information which the students will need in order to complete the activities. So let's have a look at the activities. Well, each module contains a 5-minute video introducing the topics that are going to be covered in the module. Then there's a database activity. This enables students to build, display, and search a bank of record entries about a particular topic. In so doing, they create a communal resource for the benefit of themselves and their peers. The format and structure of these entries can be almost unlimited, and they can include images, files, URLs, and text. Image sharing activities are particularly useful for topics such as plant pests and diseases and nutrient deficiencies, where different databases can be used to store a handy reference source of photos for each topic. The web page sharing activities are mainly geared towards finding and storing pages relating to equipment and consumables, so that the students can start to get an idea of what is available and what it costs. The communal building of the database reduces the amount of time that each student needs to spend searching the internet for images or websites, and it's a useful tool for sharing resources. The ability to search the database also makes it a handy reference tool and a handy revision tool. Moodle Wiki is a report on a single topic which contains enough complexity to allow individual students to contribute, review, and edit a section or part of an entry. It encourages collaboration, is easy to use, and provides a useful forum for sharing the results of a research exercise. Some of the reading activities prompt the students to add terms to the glossary. And the glossary we find up here at the top. So the glossary activity encourages students to create and maintain a communal alphabetical list of specialized or technical terms and their definitions. Since aquaponic production is complex and requires a broad spectrum of knowledge in order to understand and manage the processes involved, so aquaculture, horticulture, chemistry, biology, food safety, engineering, and so on, this means that there will be many terms with which the students will be unfamiliar. Moodle Glossary therefore helps students to get used to new terminology, which in turn helps them to acquire a better understanding of the related concepts. When students are responsible for creating the definitions themselves, they are much more likely to remember the word and the correct definition. It also ensures that students have a handy source for the definition of terms, and it's a handy revision tool. Let's just go back to Module 3 to carry on our exploration of the activities. Each module has a 5-question interim quiz with true-false answers. This is for formative assessment, and the student can retake it any number of times. The discussion forum activity enables students and teachers to engage in asynchronous discussion by posting comments as part of a thread. Asynchronous discussion forums allow learners to participate without the limits of time and space, and give them more time to reflect and to interact with each other, which provides potential for more in-depth discussion. It also promotes collaborative learning, higher order thinking, and critical thinking. Moodle Workshop is a powerful peer assessment activity. Students submit their own work and then receive one or more submissions from a fellow student, which they must assess according to a predetermined list of criteria set by the teacher. Predetermined assessment criteria means that there can be little confusion about assignment outcomes and expectations. Moodle Workshop encourages collaborative learning and increases student responsibility. It develops a better understanding of a student's own subjectivity and judgment, as well as critical thinking. It also exposes students to solutions, strategies, and points of view that they would not see otherwise. And students can produce more effective feedback than tutors by providing explanations in terms that their peers understand best and according to their level of understanding. It therefore shifts the role of the student from passive learner to active learner, which encourages a deeper approach to learning. Each module ends with a final quiz. This quiz is for summative assessment. It can only be attempted once, and it must be completed in a 30-minute period. Of course, educators can change the settings in Moodle to suit their own purposes. Indeed, the Moodle files, as well as the accompanying documents, that's the textbook, the curriculum guide for teachers, and the module guide for students, have been released with Creative Commons non-commercial share-alike licenses. This means that educators can alter the contents as they see fit, including translating them into languages other than the ones in which they are currently available, which is English, Spanish, German, and Slovene. And this obviously reflects the nature of the partnership that designed the curriculum. So let's take a look at another module, and here I can show you how instructional scaffolding has been used. Go down here. So, instructional scaffolding is the support provided by the tutor throughout the learning process. This support is specifically tailored to each student, which enables student-centered learning. In this example, the support from the tutor is provided in the discussion forums and in the formative feedback that is provided after the first two calculation exercises. So here after the growing area calculation and after the fruiting crop exercise. This means that any misunderstandings can be rectified before the final exercise. Instructional scaffolding provides sufficient support to promote learning when concepts and skills are being introduced for the first time. Sharing definitions in the glossary and resources in the database, and the use of the forum and workshop activities creates a community of learning which further supports the student as they progress through the module. The activities in this module have been designed to develop the commercial awareness of the student in terms of what plant cultivars are available in their country which might be suitable for commercial production. Let's finish by looking at the Entrepreneurial Skills module. This module introduces the main processes involved in developing a business idea into a startup company, and it adopts the Lean Startup methodology as a framework. The majority of the activities involve teamwork in order to reflect the reality of setting up a business, since this is rarely a solo endeavour. So each student team is asked to use the Moodle forum to discuss and agree on an idea for a business, startup business in aquaponics. It could be a commercial farm, consultancy service, or something entirely separate. Then, as the students progress through this module, they primarily use Moodle forum and wiki to collaboratively develop their idea. Alongside this, there are a number of lean startup tools, such as canvases. I'm just showing you this example here, the 5 Bold Steps Vision Canvas. So you're wondering, how can you get your hands on Aquateach? Well, it's simple. All you have to do is go to our website, aquateach.wordpress.com. Here you can find the textbook, the curriculum guide for teachers, the module guide for students for both the Aquaponics curriculum and the Entrepreneurial Skills module. These are available in English, Spanish, German, and Slovene, and you can download them straight away. You can use the contact form to request the Moodle files, specifying the language that you require, English, Spanish, German, or Slovene. And then in addition, we put together 2 resources. Teaching Aquaponics, the best practice guide. This explains in detail how the various Moodle activities have been used in both the Aquaponics curriculum and the optional Entrepreneurial Skills curriculum, and the toolbox of innovative didactic practices for higher education, which explains how different digital tools work and how they can be used for teaching and learning, with links to further resources. So, thank you for listening. We hope that you will find the Aquateach resources useful, and we would be delighted to receive your feedback. Thanks.